many of the problems and questions that we're dealing with in real time are digital questions. We want to know, how is digitization transforming democracy? We want to know, how will AI change what it means to be employed, to be a worker, to be an adult in society? We want to know whether algorithms can be fair. And when they're biased, how do we understand them? How do we unpack them? And this is all work that we are already seeing people do here at Sciences Po. It's almost impossible to study the digital public sphere, the space in which we are civic and political actors, without having massively interdisciplinary research. I'll give an example. My team right now is researching YouTube, and we're trying to understand how YouTube is used differently in different languages and different cultures. So far on the project, we've had computer scientists to help us figure out how to take that random sample of YouTube. We've had linguists who are helping us understand what are the adjacencies between a language like Hindi and a language like Urdu and other Indian languages. We have anthropologists and sociologists who are helping us understand the different behavioral patterns we're seeing on Spanish language YouTube versus Russian YouTube versus Filipino YouTube. So these sorts of collaborations are fascinating. They bring together people who are from entirely different disciplines, entirely different fields, but who have the same object of study and who are able to come across it from multiple different points of view. In both the US and France, very important public conversations are happening in digital public spheres. We need to take this space very seriously because it's a complicated space. It is a space controlled in no small part by corporations, most of them American corporations, some Chinese corporations, that may well be shaping and steering those conversations. We know that professional media, whether it's the television, the radio, whether it's print, those are all being shaped by online. They're losing audiences to these spaces. So the whole public sphere is being transformed through this moment of digitization. And how we make decisions, how we decide how to vote, how to protest, what to talk about, all of these things are unfolding in digital spaces as well as real-world spaces. The importance of understanding these spaces to understand our civics, to understand our politics, has never been more important. At the same time, we are finally getting to the point, particularly in the European Union, where we are starting to ask platforms, we're starting to ask these very big companies to do a better job of governing these spaces so they function as healthy public spaces. And you can see this with the Digital Markets Act, the Digital Services Act. Part of what I'm so excited about with this initiative from Sciences Po is that we have an opportunity to try to see how European values can help reshape these platforms, which are largely coming from the US and China. Can we take some of these regulatory steps and bring closer to a set of European values these platforms that are coming outside of the EU? Even more than that, can we start seeing a vision of what a public sphere, a digital public sphere that lives up to EU values might look like, and maybe the vision for how that takes shape comes from Sciences Po and from initiatives like this one. This institute gives an opportunity for collaboration between fields and collaboration both inside and outside of Sciences Po. It is an opportunity for us to reach out across Europe and really across the world to other labs, to other institutions that are doing exciting work. When I was approached with the opportunity to do this, I said, don't you want a French person? Don't you want someone who speaks French? And my colleagues actually said, no, actually we'd love to have someone really from outside the French Academy to be able to do this. And I think it's this commitment to say, what perspective can Sciences Po uniquely bring, and how can we connect globally with institutions around the world who are interested in these same problems?